Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Singh Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy. Get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes and important numbers that would be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Robert Batiste, on behalf of the team, would like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive, and great day today, reminding you life is what you make of it. Robert, let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments. Oh, it's World. Thank you for reminding me. Today is a very special day and it's known as World Television Day. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that very much. It's World Television Day. And you know, because of television, we have now the opportunity to speak to people around the world, to share informative information, to empower people. So happy World Television Day. It's Friday the 21st of November. Thank you, Robert. It's Friday the 21st of November 2025. We're not going to the quote as yet. So if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Don't take life for granted. Don't take your loved ones for granted, because tomorrow is not promised, all right? Now let's go to our quote for today, please. Coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And our quote says, "Rise with intention, move with courage, and trust that every small step today is shaping a stronger tomorrow." I want to repeat this because it's really very important. We often take each day or the steps or time for granted. Rise with intention, move with courage, and trust that every small step is shaping a stronger tomorrow. Beautiful. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Let's quickly go to their ad, please.
The Fab India Expo announces its after Diwali sale. As we approach closing, enjoy store-wide discounts on all your favorite items. Plus, don't miss the Meat Festival at Zyka Restaurant, featuring delicious Indian-style curries and grilled meats. Hurry, the Fab India Expo closes on November 9th. Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station in Chaguanas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
It's the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market from December 5th to the 28th. Experience the magic of the season with over 300 local and international merchants, multiple restaurants, and daily stage performances. Fun for the entire family with a bouncy castle for the kids and the perfect place for Christmas shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market, where the spirit of Christmas comes alive.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. To all of our local, regional, and international viewers, thanks for choosing us. Those of you on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, have yourselves a beautiful, blessed day today. And of course, those of you on Tego, the app, download it and take us with you wherever you go. Real time, Real TV, where we continue to empower you by sharing great information, and knowledge is power. Today I'm in conversation with another son of the soil. I'm speaking of Mr. Nicholas Khan, and today it's about the Nicholas Khan story. But it's really about understanding that life will throw you things, or you may find yourself in a situation or place that you didn't anticipate. But what is important is that you can take that experience and turn it around. And that's exactly what Mr. Khan did. What he did is that he took an experience that he had that cost him 15 years, but more importantly, he's been able to be so instrumental now in transforming lives, taking a negative and turning it into a positive, making a difference for the rest of his life and the lives of those that he continues to touch on a daily basis. So it's really about the art of healing, of letting go, letting be, understanding whatever situation you may find yourself in. But more importantly, thanking God for second chances. Mr. Khan, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Lisa. Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome. I feel very privileged to have this conversation with you, because I think having a conversation with you is understanding more and more the power that we hold within ourselves to change things, to make things happen, that dreams do come true and miracles do happen. But we can't just say God is going to make it happen. We have to get up and make it happen. You know, there are people that will say every day, well, I need a job, I want a job, I need a job, and you're going down on your knees and you're begging God for a job. But if you don't put things in place and you don't put yourself in place, go to meet, things like that, how are you going to get a job? We have to make things happen. Yeah? We're going to go back to, you were incarcerated for 15 years. If it's okay with you.
It's always fine with me.
You're such a pleasant person to talk to. When you found out that day, 15 years in prison, could you tell us how you felt when you found out you have to be away from your loved ones, from life, from everything that is familiar with you, to the unfamiliar, the unknown? How did you feel that day?
The day I got locked up,
Yeah.
I was young. I was 17 years old at the time. And everything was just moving so quickly. So it was hard for me to process what was actually going on.
Yeah.
So from the court to the station, that whole procedure, because I had done something very horrible at the time. Ended up in prison, YTC I would say. Just trying to adapt to my environment and what was next.
Could you give us a little insight into what it was like now, being in prison, being behind those walls, those bars? What is it like? It is important because that's what you do now. You share that in order to help those understand.
What is it like now?
Not now, then, when you were then. Those the experiences that you had firsthand.
It was all new to me. So before I go into prison, I ran away from home when I was 13 years.
You ran away from home when you were 13.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was on the
Why
street.
did you leave home?
A lot of things was going on at home that I was just too young to understand at the time.
Okay.
And I guess I act out on emotion
Yeah.
and not getting clarity what was transpiring.
Can you share with us what was going on? That you felt that you had to just run away from it all?
Well, at the time, my mom was going through a very bad relationship.
Okay.
And I felt as though, like, why we in this position?
Yeah.
Because she'll always go back.
Yeah.
And I felt like she didn't love us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I started to move different. So
Yeah.
I started to do things like stealing,
Yeah.
break with open house,
Yeah.
and trying to fit in secondary school. I had challenges where my schoolwork was concerned. I think at the time my mom, she used to work 2 jobs. So even when she came home to even do homework, I saw the frustration in her. Because at times like she asked if I do my homework, I just not to hear her. I would say, yeah, I do it, can't understand what we're doing. And I just grew to a point where I felt like I was being isolated at home. I couldn't go outside and play due to my stepfather. And she never used to say nothing, and it used to bother me. Yeah, it used to bother me a lot. And I just make a decision to leave.
Now, what you've just shared with us is real, is reality, and it is what families and children are facing right now. Not being able to express or a parent in her position not being able to think or prioritize or understand, I need to listen to my kids.
Yeah.
I need to communicate with them. I need to have that one-on-one. Because what you are telling us is that in that very early stage, 13 or even maybe beyond, your mother was in a toxic relationship.
Yeah, she was.
And she probably felt that is what she had to hold on to in order to feel complete or to have a partner in life.
Apart from that, as I get older, she was in a vulnerable position.
And it happens, and only when we understand that knowledge is really power. Only when we understand that really, women out there, is when you understand that you're not just hurting yourself, but you're hurting your kids. Because as he said, he felt he was unheard. He felt mommy didn't love us enough. Why she would stay in this or get out of it to save the family. But as you got older, you understood why.
Yeah, she just needed a roof over our heads, so she stomach what she had to go through.
She took what she had to take, and it's only when you're in it then you understand exactly what it was like.
Yeah, see my mother being abused, being put out, sleep by a neighbor, she always go back. But at that time I'm like, why are we going back?
Why are you taking that? And I am a person that would have said things like that too. Why are you doing this? Why you like it? You encouraging it. You couldn't care about us. You cared about yourself. And I could relate to what you're saying because it's a fact. And so you felt at that point, you know what? I better out than in. Let me go. So you went with the way of the world. And you got negative influences that put you in that place.
I wouldn't say I get negative influences.
Well, what was it that drove you to steal and what was it?
Part of it is entering secondary school.
Yeah.
So like I always use this as a reference. Being in secondary school is like entering into your own world, your own society. So, for example, the shoes you would provide for your child at primary school, you running around and kicking around with that. But for a time, he enters secondary school. You want to see Nike, Adidas. You tell him, I can't afford that. And you want it, so I wanted it. My mother couldn't afford it. I didn't want nobody laughing at me in school. You know, so.
Peer pressure? Peer pressure?
I just wanted to fit in.
You wanted to fit in.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it peer pressure. I just wanted to feel accepted because at home I can't really do much, go away, nowhere. As I get older, he would have started like victimize me in a way that the music I would have been listening to, he didn't want that in the house. So it's like, what I could do? I can't go outside and play. I can't listen to music. I just had to like do all they tell me to do, and my mom she was quiet. So
you think she was quiet because of fear for
yeah,
him?
it was that.
Fear for him.
Yeah, fear.
Yeah.
But
and so you got onto a path that took you down a dangerous road.
Yeah.
That got you into trouble.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I ran away from home when I was 13.
Yeah.
And drop out of school. I sleep on the streets. Sleep on the promenade for days. Going in abandoned houses. Looking for somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back home.
You stole for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know, and I ended up by my sister.
Yeah.
She was a young adult, so she didn't really know how to guide me.
But she took you in?
Yeah. But she didn't know how to guide me.
Yeah.
You know? She was figuring out life on her own as well. Because she would have been like 18.
But she took you under her wings.
Yeah.
And that is important.
Yeah. Well, I'm my brother, so things that I wanted to do, I started to experience, started to smoke, started to drink, started to lime late.
And you thought this was a life. This was the experiences of life that you
Freedom.
felt you couldn't have
Just
freedom.
wanted freedom.
Freedom.
You know? And then I started to get introduced to certain elements, certain crimes. So he went from stealing to robbing, went from smoking weed to selling drugs. Just trying to figure out life as I go along as a young age, because I had a big dream in my head at the time.
Yeah, the dream. We'll talk about that dream when we return. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, being as real as it can be when we talk about reality and about life and about real experiences. I'm in conversation today with Mr. Nicholas Khan, sharing his story, his experiences. And what is important is that every child should be looking at a show like this so that they can understand the powers within ourselves to make the choices that could turn things around. It doesn't matter the situation, how bad it can be. The beauty is we hold the power within ourselves to change things. Yeah? Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Nicholas Khan. He's sharing his story. He's talking about his life experiences, true, real experiences. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa. I'm Zelisa. Thank you so much for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Nicholas Khan, and he's sharing his life story. It's the Nicholas Khan story. Understanding what he was going through as a teenager, the difficulties, the lack of communication, perhaps a lack of love. And it is not because of I guess due to circumstances, things happen in life, situations, things just happen that we don't realize. Welcome back, Mr. Khan. Sharing his story. Mr. Khan was actually in prison for 15 years. So thanks for sharing that aspect before and what got you there, the road. I think that is important that we understand that. You know, you spent 15 years there. Those 15 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. And I thought I'd be in prison so long.
Yeah. What was the experience like? And it's important that you share that. So you see the young ones who harden and they don't listen and they're giving their parents problems and they're doing exactly what you did. They also need to understand. And I guess with intervention with people like you, how you've been able to transform things, when they listen to people like you, they can be influenced in a positive way and make better choices, you know? So tell us a little bit about, give us some of those experiences.
Well, first I entered YTC at 17. And it was all a process for me in terms of entering in that facility, going through the process, trying to understand the process as well, because I was unfamiliar with it. So like in terms of the way how they would strip search you, things like that, and being processed and being placed in a cell. I was never placed in a dormitory, because YTC is built mainly on dormitories. Hardly our cells for punishment. So I never experienced being in a dormitory, which they were supposed to put me on isolation. So I was under confinement when I entered it. Being in a cell on myself the first night, thinking about what I transpired for the past couple of days, seeing my mom's face, her reaction. She took a toll, like, I never seen my mother in that condition. And even though I ran away from her, she was there.
Mother is mother, boy.
Yeah, she was there from the jump, from the day they take me. She was there at that station till I entered the prison. The first night was just trying to figure out if I had a dream.
Yeah, this is a bad dream. When are we going to wake up?
Yeah. So they put me in the cell. I just didn't know how to feel things. So this had to be a dream. The next day I end up in a fight.
In there?
Yeah.
You got into a fight?
Yeah,
the second day?
Yeah, the next
Why
day.
you got into that fight?
Prison is a place, especially YTC at that time. YTC not like that right now.
Okay.
But at that time,
Yeah.
the boys were hard. So somebody tried to test me. Because the night they were trying to figure out who I was, who's you. But I wasn't falling for that.
They wanted to know why you were in there.
And they didn't
But you
like,
were young, you were 17 years
yeah, but
old.
YTC is a place where a prison on the whole, once you knew, people try to interrogate you, try to push you over, things like that. And I was never a pushover.
Did they try to take advantage of you sexually?
No.
No, that's not true.
No.
When we hear things like that, that's not true?
Yeah, we're going on with society, right? The American prison culture and Trinidad prison culture is two different culture.
Okay.
So when I see things like don't drop the soap in it, I know our culture. As American culture.
Okay.
So when I entered there,
When you got into that fight, what happened?
the officer came and part,
Yeah.
but the person who tested me, he was like what we call a person locking the cell lock. So he didn't like my response. he was calling me, and I said, myself calling me, surprised me. Everybody was like, you can't be talking to him, so. Yeah. But he didn't know who I was until after the fight. Because
he didn't know what you were in there for.
no, what I was in there for. Prison is based on street reputation. So I already had a street reputation. People already know who I was. And prison is a place once somebody who have a reputation as well. Once you enter there, you have a pass. Nobody's still violate you because you concern me. And
so it's like a rank.
Something like that. So after we get in that fight, we end up getting good.
He became your friend?
Yeah, because I concern people who was in YTC, who are more say than him. So when he get to realize, he didn't know. But I know the type of person to like hold nobody in mind. Like that.
You let go, let it be.
Yeah, I don't know. Miscommunication, misunderstanding.
When you were in prison, I'm sure you had a lot of time, like you say, a lot of time for yourself, but a lot of time to think, to reflect.
Yeah.
I really did this, why did I do this? Did you question that? Did you have remorse? Did you feel any sort of accountability, and you felt, when I'm being punished for what I did was wrong?
Not for my first few years.
Not for the first few years?
No, it wasn't for the first few years.
When was it that you realized you missed someone?
And I was almost killed in prison.
And you were almost killed in prison?
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And why were you almost killed in prison?
Well, it took me about a month to be in YTC.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get rid of me so badly because I would have had a lot of influence. And officers didn't like that. So as I turned 18, they sent me to the adult prison, Golden Grove.
What was that like?
It was different in terms of like the age, but it was more things that we had probably desired to have, like luxurious smoking is very limited in YTC. Because that would have passed somebody day in prison smoking. That would just keep somebody
Calm.
Yeah.
So you're dependent on those cigarettes.
Yeah.
But how you getting those cigarettes?
It's all kind of ways it is coming. It's all kind of ways.
All you're hearing?
Yeah, all kind of ways. People
First hand.
Yeah. People has improvised. But I adapt quickly. And just start to follow.
You started to follow rules now?
No, the culture. The prison culture.
It's a culture?
Yeah, it's a culture.
What culture is that?
Prison is a culture of, is a whole entire. So the way we speak in prison, people would understand out here. Yeah, it's just different.
Check the backdrop, please.
Yeah, it's just different. And I adapt quickly and start to follow a few friends that I would have gained. And so that's like how you say how the contraband coming in. I would have be a person who would have called a robber. So for example, you try to get something inside from the outside, I know you gain something, I take it from it. And if you react, yeah, you have a reaction.
So if you wanted Chinese food,
Yeah,
you could get it.
yeah.
What was the meals like? What you got for breakfast?
Prison meals?
Yeah.
Worse.
What you got for breakfast?
But eatable.
Yeah, but what was it? What was for breakfast?
Breakfast is Friday. I guess sardine and bread.
Sardine and
one bread.
One slice of bread.
No, a hops bread.
A hops bread
So
and
you're
and
entitled
sardine.
to 2 hops bread. As I was saying, every day they get 4 bread and a cup of rice. They get
So breakfast again, 2 hops bread and
breakfast
sardine.
is 7 o'clock, right?
Right. So 2
bread.
hops bread and a sardine.
2 bread, One might have sardine and one will have a stick of butter.
A stick of butter.
Stick of butter.
Okay.
A cup of cocoa tea.
Cocoa tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's breakfast. Lunchtime is.
That's at 7.
Yeah. Lunchtime is 11 o'clock. Like rice. Maybe chana. Or red bean. And a little piece of meat.
Stew or curry or something.
Yeah.
1 piece of meat.
Right. Dinner is 2 o'clock.
Dinner is 2 o'clock.
Yeah. 2 bread. Might have a spoon of jam. And a stick of butter in the next one.
And what you getting to drink?
Like bacon, some Morby.
Morby.
Yeah.
What was a Sunday meal like? Did you have a special meal on a Sunday?
Special meal.
No, I want everybody to hear.
They have no special meal.
They have no special meal and no Sunday lunch.
Nah,
and so every day is bread and
sardine.
sardine.
Time I get a special meal is like certain holidays, like Diwali, we got tea, roti, Christmas, I got a slice of macaroni pie. Yeah, you get teas.
The young ones or those that do wrong things and end up there, listen to what it's like.
Yes.
Be grateful for life out here and do what is right at all times.
So that was
those are what the meals are like.
Yeah, that the meals every day.
Every day.
Yeah, no change. And yeah, so I just adapted the culture there and just became a rabbi in prison. So
you became a rabbi in prison.
That created a lot of enemies to me. I didn't care who I was going around, and nobody didn't care who I was like that. So, once you take somebody to in prison, they're entitled, they get stabbed up.
When we come back, you're going to tell us about the experience when you almost got killed in prison. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance. Is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited, building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
The Ambassador's Daughter, weekdays at 5 p.m., only on Real TV.
In every moment of silence, there is His presence. In every act of kindness, there is His teaching. Sai Darshan, a devotional journey into the life and wisdom of Sri Satya Sai Baba. Discover stories of faith, lessons of compassion, and the light of divine inspiration, guiding us towards peace, service, and inner joy. We invite you to join us every Sunday at 5 p.m. for Sai Darshan, where hearts awaken and souls find their way home, right here on Real TV. I am Zelisa Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Nicholas Khan. Mr. Khan is telling his story, his life story, where he was at, and of course we're going to go on to where he's currently and the dynamic work that he's doing, but sharing intimate details about situations, about real events that transpired in his time in prison. He spent 15 years there in prison, but you've got to stay with us to understand the dynamics of the power of turning things around. Yeah, welcome back, and I really want to thank you for spending time with us and sharing those details with us, especially the ones now who are influenced to do negative things and wrong things and take life for granted, not understanding this could be me as well. And you got out and you were able to turn things around and influence people and transform lives. I mean, the work that you're doing now is amazing, and we'll get to that. But I think it's also so important for us to share those experiences so people will understand. Think twice. Think twice. Talk to God. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Give yourself 5-10 minutes and count from 1 to 10 before you decide to say or do what you're about to do. It's going to be worth it. Let's go back to the day when you almost got killed in prison, because that was the day, the beginning of you understanding and questioning and acknowledging what I did was wrong. Let's talk about that experience.
So, happened, I had now come from court, and I went to bed. Within bed, and I was hearing footsteps, and I pushed three men running in the bathroom with what we call makeshift weapons.
With makeshift weapons?
Yeah.
Makeshift weapons in there?
Yeah,
what are makeshift weapons?
What makeshift weapon could be a nail tie on to like a toothbrush, a rapid type. You know the Timberland boots?
Yeah.
There's a piece of metal in the boots.
Yeah.
The person who got locked up with boots on will take out the metal and sharpen the two ends. Yeah.
They're going in jail to do wrong things too?
Yeah, so I make sure weapons and then trying to run out to the doorway. I got stabbed up in my back and I wake up in Mount Hood.
They knock you out?
I just remember my weekend.
How old were you then?
I could have been about 19 or 20.
So that's about 3 years after in there.
2 years.
2. 70, right, 1920. Yeah, you got up in Mount Hood and there was a security there.
Yeah, a prison officer was there. And the time I was discussed, I gave him a lunch function.
Yeah.
But I was recovered and went back inside the prison.
How long were you at Mount Hood for?
Just 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
And you're back in prison?
Yeah, I'm back in prison.
Yeah.
And antibiotics and medication. And my head was hot.
Still in your own cell, or you were sharing a cell with someone?
No, I was sharing cells, 7, 8 men in a
One
cell.
cell.
Yeah, I didn't have no own cell at the
Yeah.
time. That was YTC.
Yeah.
But in adult prison, 7 and up.
And all sorts of situations they found themselves
And that cell
in.
very small.
Yeah.
And went back to prison and just vexed, just angry, just everybody know I get stabbed up, people talk about it. I just wanted to get back. That was on my mind. And,
You were still in the state where you feel you need to take revenge.
how do I say take revenge?
Yeah.
My reputation it depends on it. That's how I used to think.
Yeah, you used to think. Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
That's how I used to think. My reputation depends. People can't be talking about me and
Yeah.
you know, so I went to court that day in Arima and actually saw one of the guys who was part of that whole
Experience.
yeah. And I take my opportunity and stab him in front of my shit.
You stab him in front of the magistrate in court?
Yeah.
What you used to stab him?
A weapon.
Huh?
A weapon.
Where you got the weapon from?
Make sure.
You made sure for weapon.
I was inside a weapon.
So the security didn't check you or double check it in?
Yeah, but it always have a way to always beat the system, as we go say it, you know. But
what did the magistrate
I used to sleep with weapon on the.
What did the magistrate do?
Just tell them to charge me. So I was slap at additional charge.
Additional charge. You
Yeah.
go on in there, you ting, and you're still asking for more trouble?
Yeah, I was out there.
Yeah,
I didn't
was.
care.
I like how you used
Yeah, I
to
was
do
out
that.
there.
Yeah.
And
You had a lot of rage and anger.
yeah.
You had a lot of things pent up.
And people was wondering, like, other inmates always wonder about, oh, you know, so kind, never used to roll with a group, a team. And part of that came from calling my mom. I need a visit where you call somebody coming to see her. And
So your mom used to come visit.
yeah, but she can't afford to visit me the way I wanted her to keep. And I used to hurt me. She used to tell me I never send it in. I never get no money out there. And I don't mean to say this as coming from a bad parent, but it was the truth. It was a hard pill for me to swallow. So I never used to call her for nothing again. I used to take people to
In there.
yeah,
So
now
you're thieving in there too.
not a thief and taking
You're
it.
taking it.
Yeah.
But it's not yours, that's thieving.
No. Well, yeah,
It wasn't yours.
I taking
So
it.
you're still doing your nonsense. in there.
That would cause me to get stopped.
So you're bad outside, you're going in and you're still bad. When was it that you realized, listen,
when
I
I
need
get-
to stop this.
when I
I
get-
need to get my act together. And you start to really think.
Well, it wasn't me, you know, it was somebody. So when I get the case, I plead guilty the next day. So they had me sleep in a room at station. And then I went to court, I plead guilty. And then they sent me to Port-au-Spain prison. And when I entered Port-au-Spain prison, they had me under isolation because when I convicted, I had pending matters. So the reason why I used to go to remand court before I got an additional case in a remand court was for escaping lawful custody. So I escaped from the police and so forth. So that put me under isolation as a convicted inmate. Because the convicted inmates does have more leeway outside. I can be outside because as an escapee, that would call me and I had pending matters. Right? Back to isolation. So at the time I was opposite a guy. I reached the guy and I was like questioning him, what are you doing in jail? What are you doing in jail?
Yeah.
I tell him what I was in jail for.
Yeah.
I said, what are you in jail for? He tell me murder.
He told you murder.
I said, right. Who you could kill, right? That's like how my mentality was at the time.
Yeah.
He just gave me a kind of look. I said, but how long are you in prison? And he told me 18 years.
He got 18 years.
So he was in there 18 years.
He was
at the time.
already in there 18 years.
Yeah. And that shifted me because I was in prison 2 years.
Huh.
I never see myself being in prison so long.
Yeah.
And when I asked him, what are you doing? Tell me, here's you to do in a lifetime. And then when I get to realize where I was after 3 years,
Yeah.
my reality,
Clicking.
yeah, it hit me. I went and sleep one time.
Yeah.
And I wake back up, we started talk and, you know.
Did you ever think about God in those moments? Did you ever think about
Yeah, it will cross my mind from time to time.
Yeah.
It will always cross my mind. I mean, I believe every human is embedded in. I don't care how bad it is or how anti-God they think it is. It's embedded in everybody. You know?
Well, there must be a creator for everything.
Yeah, so and real reason, you would have heard of the person I am now. And he would have started talking to my you know. The more enemies are created in prison, it'll be harder for me to move when I come outside.
And this gentleman told you that?
He was older, he was 50 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of,
So you would say his advice was really very strong. It influenced you to wake up and you get a slap of reality.
at the time he said, it did hit me.
Yeah.
You see, being around him every day, I would
Yeah.
learn something different.
Yeah.
So like even at that said moment, he was reading a book.
Yeah.
I said, well, what book you reading? He would have tell me. And then he pull out a box and I'm like, what book you read?
Yeah.
And I tell him, I can't really read.
Yeah.
And he said, don't worry myself. Whole lot of book there, we don't know how to teach you. They are all the time when you will tell it. Yeah, and from there I started pick up reading. So he would have taught me how to read while I was in prison. Until I started read books every day.
You started now
Every
to
day.
think differently.
Yeah,
You
every day.
started now
Started to expand my mind.
to put your energy somewhere else.
Yeah, started to expand my mind.
Yeah.
And like when I pick up a book, the day done. So that was like a clock for me.
Yeah.
So every day I have a book to read because I want the day pass.
Yeah.
Because I don't know going on with court. The maturity might matter every time I go to court. So
Yeah.
there's a form of relief for me as well.
Yeah.
And just putting images in my mind with reading books and
Yeah.
so forth. And it was a book that I came across by Tupac Shakur. I was a View from Concrete. It was a poem book. And that book changed my life. It changed my own perspective because I find myself starting to write poems. About
You started writing poems.
Yeah, I started writing
So
poems.
from not reading, you started reading. From that, you started being innovative in your mind, taking the stories that you read and bringing it to life.
Yeah.
And then you started writing
I
poems.
take my experience and turn them into poetry.
My God.
So like things that affect me when I was young and so forth. It was like a diary.
There was I still feel you carried a heavy weight.
Yeah,
You carried a burden.
for
You
sure.
carried a hate. You carried a lot of negative experiences with you that stimulated that strong bad man thing in you. Did you at any time ever get any sort of counseling or speak to a social worker or
I was advised, but for me, knowing the person I am now, I believe I am my own counselor. And this is not me being against person in that field, but it is my perspective. I just feel as though somebody who never experienced what I go through.
don't understand?
Until I start locked behind you and the family away from you, how you could tell me? Kind of
You
sound weird.
understand or could relate.
But
Can't
for
begin
some
to.
people who have actually experienced what I experienced, it probably worked for them.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
about releasing.
You know, but
letting it go, closing that door, throwing away that key.
but I
Not
believe
going back there.
I had all the abilities around me to be my own counselor and my own therapist with art and writing.
The art of writing, releasing.
Yeah.
So you released it.
So
in
like
your-
how I can have a conversation with you now,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was always to myself
yeah.
from child.
The poems that you wrote, did you ever think about publishing or anything of the sort? No?
I don't know, finish your story.
Perhaps it's something you... Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
So that's part of the story. Good. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. A very special edition today. I'm in conversation with Mr. Nicholas Cannon. He's sharing his story, his life story with us. Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Nicholas Cannon, and today we're understanding who he was, and we'll get to understand who he is currently and the dynamic work that he's doing, sharing his story, his life experiences with us, but more importantly, the power within yourself to turn every situation around and make it a negative into a positive. Welcome back, Mr. Cannon. So you met this gentleman. I would say he was a great influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That turning point.
Yeah.
You started to take, I think, you started to take power of yourself and of your time. So all the anger, all the rage and the bad John and the bad boy, you put your time and effort now into reading books.
Yeah, find something there.
To vent. And I think writing those poems was, you're correct, healing. It was like releasing, letting it out. I'm sure there were days that you cried.
No, I never cried.
You never cried?
I was hurt, but...
You never went back to those days that you were upset, you were disappointed, you were hurt, you were broken, and cried about it? Never. You just released it. You was hurt. You acknowledged you were hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt. Even seeing my mother on visitation, seeing her behind the glass, and I hurt me, tell her stop, come and see me.
You tell her don't come no more.
Yeah. But she was stubborn, but still come.
Because she's your mother.
I remember times like Christmas. The Christmas is really this time to visit. My mother stayed outside that place from 6 a.m. I saw my mother close at 9 p.m. She waited out from 6 a.m.
She spent her entire Christmas day waiting to see you.
Apart from just spending her, she was always safe. I always used to leave no groceries, food, man, to make sure you have something to eat for the Christmas inside. And eat cricks and sacrifice.
So you saw and felt true unconditional love.
Yeah, for
from
sure.
her.
Like my mom I love her even miss her call it 10 years I remember God go. All the friends I had, all the people that say they come in the court, I'm sure I will one day. Sure. She's gonna do.
So eventually you got out.
Before I get out, remember I tell you I was serving time for stabbing somebody in the court. That sentence would have finished and I was sent back to Africa. And I was placed in a random cell. At the time nobody didn't want me in the cell because the cells always bring trouble to the cell. So one of my friends, I call him a friend, that we still friends, he out, you know. He accepted me. So I ended up in their cell. At the time, cell phones was now becoming a thing.
Cell phones?
Yeah, it was now becoming a thing inside it. I couldn't afford it. So we started one night. I was reading a book in front of the cell gate because in the cell was be dark. There's had a catchy light in the corridor. I just reading my book and he asked me, yeah, the phone is like, what is this person saying? So I tell him.
In the book?
No, in the phone.
Uh-huh.
So I went back to read my book, he called me again. And when they say, you know, I tell him, I'm going back, he called me, stop going and read the book, you're right with me tonight. I get to realize he can read. But he talking to a young lady on Facebook. So he wanted me to be like his translator.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, I tell him, you want a poem to send for them?
Yeah.
Me I think there. I say,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I sent her one of my poems. And the rest was history. She came and visited him the next day.
What?
Yeah. And then he started advertising this red man. If one of our poems and they can check themselves, everybody started to come at me for poems.
Are you feeling empowered now because you're doing something to make a difference?
Yeah, well, if they're making their loved ones smile when they come,
Yeah.
so like that person will create their own
But
gift
you were
cards.
also recognizing your strength.
Not the time.
You didn't?
No, not the
Yeah.
time. And then I used to get access to his phone. I just create my own Facebook and just add them random people I don't know. I try not understand it too. And then I had nothing to post up, so I post up a poem. And then some days after when I check back the phone, the account, somebody messaged me and asked me if they could read the poem on radio. And I said no, see. And then they began to know who I was and where I was. And they read it on the radio, and when I hear people calling in and they was commenting about the poem, she just read because she would have highlighted and incarcerated and so forth. It was the first time outside of my family people talk good about me. Yeah, and she came and visited me.
The radio announcer?
Yeah. She came and visited me and she bring a notepad and pen and I continue to write. She would try to help me. She don't know how she doing it, but so forth. And at that time, my momentum done built up by hearing a poem on the radio. And it kind of died down. Kind of get a little frustrated. There's nothing that happened after that. And I don't know why it just took me. I went back on Facebook. At the time they had now creating groups, Facebook groups. So that I had a lot of poetry group clubs. And I had everybody in the club and send them a poem. I don't know what drive me to do that, but I did it. And then going back and check again the messages. And a woman messaged me like, yeah, more, and I just keep sending her. So like, he's an amazing writer. And we just do this. I said, well, that's right. And we started to talk. I told she where I was. And she was like, who you have on your side? I said, my mother. And then she asked for my mother number. Take my mother number. At the time, my mother, somebody will call her. My mother was upset. She was like, you just talking to random people in jail. But they ended up met eventually.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, she said, send out all your poems and so forth. And then I sent them out and my mother read them. She never read them before. And it drew us closer now because I would have been able to express myself to her through that.
She saw your hurt and felt your pain then.
Yeah, she felt. So like me talking about this, I just feel like people feel like a bad parent. I say, nah, you know, people need to know.
People need to understand circumstances.
So that drew us closer. And at the time, the person who did the message, she was actually volunteering to publish her book. But we had no money. And it's so funny that around this time, she was like, nah, this is my Christmas gift to you. Yeah, and she was actually our publisher. And then she came through the whole process of labeling my poems, because I never used to get them a label, creating table of contents, the preface, the book cover. Yeah.
When I tell my viewers about divine intervention, and when I tell you about miracles, this is a miracle.
And I guess somebody in prison who could have really draw. She actually drew my book cover, and within 2 months, in 2014, she would have messaged me because she didn't really like to message me on that platform because she knew I was.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
And I went on Amazon, she's number one Amazon, and I see my name.
Wow.
My book.
Wow.
For sale.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
When you went on and you saw that, how did you feel? What did that do to you?
I felt different. I felt like I accomplished something. I never feel. My mother's always telling me I start things I never finish. You know, even now. But not in a bad way, but yeah, it's just, and I felt like I accomplished something.
You felt worthwhile.
And then but I wasn't finished. They wanted to do a book launch. So she said like, how we could do the book launch, we're keeping it in Dallas Library. Yeah, so the man at our power is the commissioner. So she write the commissioner, and he had a sit down. And then I met a lady by him, an officer by the name of Miss Sharman Johnson.
Yeah.
And she was in charge of coordinating the book launch. And that day, for my book launch, I was escorted out of the prison into Dallas Library in a packed room. I don't know nobody in the front raising the people I know as my mother and her family.
This is miraculous.
And my lad was there. She would have invited different organizations.
Yes, yeah.
But the room was packed. It was in the auditorium.
Yeah.
And they were all talking to me. And then I had also go up and talk. I actually freeze up on the stage. I didn't know what to say. And everything was happening so
Were
fast.
you in chains at that time still? Were you in handcuffs?
No, they don't ever escort you out
Okay.
like that. Especially for something like that, they don't ever.
Okay,
Because they would have,
some dignity.
they would have gained a level of trust too.
Right.
You know? And at that day, I had 100 books to sell. So after the program, you know, you had the book sale and book signing. And I had 100 books. And within less than 3 minutes, I sell out all the books. I make 10,000 a day in 3 minutes. And like as I was telling everybody, I spent real money in my life before prison, after prison, more than that. That 10,000 was feel like 10 million, man. I don't know why.
Because you earned it.
Yeah.
Because you worked for it.
Yeah.
You sacrificed your time.
Yeah, like
it was yours.
that money, I never feel money like that after.
Yeah.
Like free, like I never feel money like that moment.
Because you know why? You didn't take it from anybody. You've worked for it. You earned it yourself. So you valued it.
Yeah. And from there, me and my mother made a decision. My brother was finishing school. So at the time I had been learning a lot. I had access to illegal phone. So, but I used to use it to educate myself and see what I could do with myself while I'm here. And I started with my first business in prison.
In prison?
Yeah, for my brother to do. Because he would have been finishing school. And to do business as well. About 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, printing, branding.
Very nice. So you started
branding.
him with that?
Yeah, I started him with that.
Bless you.
And in 2018, I would have published my second book while I was incarcerated. So within them years, within 14 to 19, I would have been chosen to enter the Full Citizens National Poetry Slam while I was inside. So I'd have entered 3 times in the Poetry Slam. I never made it to the final, but for me, I always felt like I win. Kind of even supposed to be on this stage.
You were already a winner.
Yeah, that was the thing, like I win, because even when I go there, everybody talk about me.
In a positive way.
Yeah, everybody like, yeah, you know, and so it opened up doors. And then I met the lady who, so before the slam, I met the lady who I working for today, Dr. Bajai Singer.
How did you meet her?
She actually was doing a program. So, if I mention it, I mention the main person, which is Paula Ube. That's my book publisher. She's like my second mom.
Oh.
And she's the one that really showed the world who I was.
She's the angel in your life.
Yeah. And
bless her.
So in 2017, Dr. Bajai Singer and Bokas Litfus would have had a program in White, Paula's been in prison.
Right.
So it was a literature thing.
Yeah.
Nicholas Candy were in there about it.
Yeah.
So they put me on the program. And Marshall was the Anianchi Cass. I was the first time I actually perform a poem.
When you say perform, you read it or?
Spoken word. What we call spoken
you
word.
brought it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marshall ran up to me. He's like, officer, I can talk to this man. I said, yeah. He said, so you see what you do on that stage? People don't move my spirit just so. They move not to come and talk to me. Yeah. So up to now, we kept that relationship. You know? And then I met Dr. Baz. And she was like, we have a will to change when it came out. By the time I didn't understand what she mean.
She said, we have a world to change when you come out. Okay, and you didn't understand.
I didn't understand, and then in 2020, I was sentenced, 27, that same year, I was sentenced to 30 years. And I also do half. So the take by the time I was already there. Summer date was 2023. That place that I got when COVID came. So before COVID, I was the highlight. was getting opportunities to go to prison till I built a relationship with an ex-commissioner person, the next person who's like my father, Jared Wilson.
The right people came at the right time.
Yeah, Jared Wilson. He's
Yeah.
like my father, Sean, so was like my mother.
Yeah.
Two of them was keeping me, always giving me the opportunities to go out there and do my thing.
Yeah.
They never say no to me. Any opportunity came, they will put me. Because I was going to do the mentoring program. And now I'm doing these things.
So you started doing a lot of different programs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through them officers.
That started, but they saw that positive. They saw that
Yeah,
positive side.
For
They
sure.
saw that change.
It wasn't
They saw
just
that-
about, but for me, the way I watch it, it wasn't just about highlighting the prison. They genuinely
They saw, yeah.
were there for me. Like
Great.
genuinely.
Beautiful.
You know, Mr. Wilson, I would, anywhere I wanted to go out of prison
Yeah.
with an officer escorted,
Of course.
I was allowed.
Yeah.
I was always allowed. So I would have been performing, I performed in a concert in Government Campus Plaza while I was in prison.
Yeah.
You know, I take part of the New Concert Week Festival. I was in that library for a whole 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The officers asked me, kind of like you just sleeping, you know, because the next day I go back, you know. But I was engaged in programs they were offering.
And you would say that that really humbled you to the sense that that bad boy attitude and that aggressiveness or that.
I wouldn't say it humbled me, you know. It just gave me an opportunity that I never had.
You saw things in a different light.
Yeah.
I like that you said that. It opened doors to opportunities you never had.
Yeah.
That's important and it's very powerful.
Yeah, and even being responsible. So like, for example, everybody had me down as a troublemaker, so they gave me a responsibility to carry out myself in that manner, and I did that.
You prove yourself.
Due to that,
You
yeah.
had it within you.
Yeah.
The power is within us.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah, so 2020, shook my back, COVID came. I can't go outside. And I would have been convicted. And I was in Port Aspen prison. The final date was 2023. But the world shut down, not just the prison. Frustrate me. Frustrate me to that point where I started to do things that I thought I never go back and
Oh, you reverted to doing some wrong things.
I was started selling drugs in prison.
What?
Yeah. So after all that,
After you make that $10,000 and you're so happy you think it's $10 million, you're going back doing wrong things?
because the world shut down, I had to support my family on the outside, some way or the other. I support myself.
You supporting your family on the outside, living in jail.
Yeah, nothing was going on in the world, you know this. Nobody had
Of
no
course, I
job.
lived it.
no-
I lived it. It was a horrible time. I lost my
Right.
husband during COVID. Not
Sorry
for
to
COVID.
say.
No, not for COVID. He died because of kidney failure. But I mean, COVID was.
And apart from that, I was on the verge of coming out, so I needed to prepare myself when I came out financially.
Right.
If I had something that didn't go as planned.
So you find drugs and you selling drugs in jail.
Yeah. Survival is a culture there. If you don't help yourself, nobody will helping you. You know? And it was 2022, January. I sleep in 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was seeing flashlights. And I see mass officers. At that time I used to sleep by myself. And they came and searched and get drugs and all kind of contraband. I was so upset.
Inside the jail.
Yeah, inside my cell where I was in at the time. So the next day, I went and see the superintendent, and he tell me he calling the police. But how the prison system is, he could take away days. So if my date was January the 10th to come out, he could take away 14 days from now. So I don't calculate that. But sometimes like, when you tell yourself you planning, that are plans. He said, nah, you're not getting off so like, call the police and they give me a case. So I got a case before I came out. Upset. And then I went to court. I waste no time. I plead guilty. That genuinely matter. Man said like, you need a lawyer. So I said, I don't mind. And that was my first experience with a Zoom court. So the lawyer said he was coming up in the prison to see some other inmates. And he came and saw me and we spoke. And I tell him I want to plead guilty and he wanted to challenge the case and I say I'm guilty. I don't have time for this.
You accepted the fact that you were doing something wrong.
I started fighting in court too. That's a stressful thing.
So you start back your bad behavior in court too?
No, I mean like I just wanted to not go to court.
You just wanted to get it over with. Yeah.
I accept that as mine and I take accountability.
You take, right, okay.
I know what I was doing. And I went back to court. A different man should show up. And the prosecution, whose job is to really be against what your lawyer coming with. Because like, first I want to commend Mr. Nicholas Khan for all his hard work that he's been doing over the years. I must say, I'm very impressed because the prisoners write a report on it, on the unit.
Yeah.
She see no, going forward, she not really trying to pursue this matter. Yeah, and she tell me, but I was feeling like God was talking to me. But she like, when they're close to freedom, they just get distracted. Negative things that start happening.
Yeah.
And then the man, she was like, oh, you're not getting that pat on the wrist by me. Because my lawyer wanted to get a bond. He said, you're not getting that pat on the wrist by me. He said, you know how much years you could get for this marijuana? I agree, in 12 months. That was my date.
Yeah.
He said, I could give you 5 years this morning.
Yeah, gosh.
He said, but I must commend you. All the hard work that you report and seeing from my eyes that you've been doing. And she said the same thing in prosecution. And they gave me 3 months. My 3 months was run into my 12 months.
Yeah. So she hit you positive things. We're learning a lot this morning.
Because I take accountability. That was saying the truth has set her free.
Right. So you got out of prison eventually.
Yeah, so after I walk out the court,
yeah,
I say, and I sell them no more drugs.
Yeah.
In the people in prison. No, I really stand on that.
Yeah.
And that 12 months was the hardest 12 months of my life.
Really?
Because the officer was only coming and search me.
Yeah.
They was only coming and search me.
Yeah.
Until I was living in the cell.
Yeah.
I had nothing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, you're behaving yourself now.
But it was coming at me.
Yeah.
And I feel like God was just testing me.
Boy.
So fast forward to 2023, January 14th, but it would have been the day I came out of prison. But I was doing something while I was inside. I was filming a documentary.
Oh.
Yeah, I was filming a documentary and I didn't tell my mother when I was coming out. I always had a vision in my head to surprise my mother when I come out.
Right.
I walked out the prison, cameras was on me. Jumped in the car and I went down by the business.
By your brother's business?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah.
And we park up in the gas station and I watched my mother opening she business just like a normal.
Yeah.
When she walk in, they come on, they can't walk in behind her.
Yeah.
And she just hug me. And she first was, I can't go through this again. Yeah. But we are all on to.
That was the beginning of a new you?
I wouldn't say that yet.
You wouldn't say that yet?
Mm-mm.
When did you knew you took birth?
I knew when, so when I came out, it was hard. My mother wasn't prepared for me. And I didn't want her to be dependent. In my days at it, I not around my mother. So there was no me trying to build back something in, but knowing me, I'm never dependent, that it kind of leave me. Always wanted to get by any means.
Yeah.
That was my mentality.
You want to provide. You want to be independent.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't.
See them words my mother tell me.
Uh-huh.
I never send any nothing out there that stay with me. You know? And when I came out, they said, Mr. Wilson, we tired now. He gave me my food. Just last night I was talking about this, he gave me my first $1,000.
He gave you $1,000.
And the worst thing was, if I didn't know people like you, I don't know the support I have, I go and do crime tomorrow. And he watch me like, before you way? I say, yeah. And why I say that way? I say, because I'm out here and I'm seeing.
You're struggling.
Yeah. You know?
Temptation.
It was there.
Because after all these years being in there, 15 years and coming out is a different...
I'm not saying what I was prepared for. My mother stopped selling what I was selling inside there. I was trying to make a money to, you know?
Yeah.
So, people like Muhammad from Freetown Collective, and the people that assist me in life when I know come out, and the relationships I had while I was inside.
You had the choice. Then people were coming, angels, miracles were happening. I'm saying people were coming and assisting and whatever, but the temptation was there. It was there. But then you got yourself, you met that lady who said, we have things to do when you come out. We're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's go to these important messages. Stay with us. Okay.
I have a trailer. I drop it for my birthday.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. I am in conversation with Mr. Nicholas Khan, sharing his life story from being in prison for 15 years to transforming his life, and now he continues to transform so many lives by his dynamic work that he's doing. Welcome back, sharing your details of your life. I'm sure it's going to inspire and motivate many young people who are thinking or behaving in the way that they should not. You got out. It was difficult. You were tempted many occasions, but there were some people that came through and kept you on top of things, and kept you to be on the right path now. I want to talk about Dr. Baz. Who you work for. Who is Dr. Baz? And she was the lady that said to you when you were
inside.
Yeah, when you get out, we have work to do. Who is Dr. Baz, and how do you work for her now?
Dr. Baz Jaisinger runs our global organization called Incarceration Nation Network.
Right.
So the reason why I saw her, because she had plans at that time, 2017. So she traveled throughout the whole world in prisons, working with persons that are leaders in her eyesight, and she just tried to highlight what this person capable of. She ran something called the Prison to College Pipeline. She from John Jay College, so she would have run college courses inside prisons and so forth. So that is who she is, and she's also my best friend, my right hand. And like a big sister.
She lives in Trinidad, or
she feels she's at Trinidad.
She feels she's at Trinidad.
Yeah. She carnival baby. Yeah.
Nice. Dr. Baz, you say she's like a sister. She's your best friend. She's your right hand. She's been the light in your life that really turned things around. Sure. You're employed by her.
Yeah.
You travel the world.
Yeah.
This man travels the world. Talk to us about the new and improved come.
When I now came out of prison, she took a flight and she came and saw me, and we sat down in a Hilton, there where she was staying at the time, and she was planning things and putting things in place to me while she leave again. And it was my first experience dealing with her in physical form. And I didn't know it until she invited me to an event custard. So the program they were working on is a program called Link Up.
Link Up.
Yeah, Link Up.
At Costa.
At Costa.
Yeah, this is locally, of course. Yeah.
So when I went there, that's like I was sharing my experience. And more brief than this, she put them on to share her time with her on the podium, and she introduced everybody in the conference room who I am. And from that moment, the president of the institution at the time, he walked up to me and was like, "Do you want that job?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "So that scholarship?" I said, "Yeah." 2 months after that conversation, I'm currently employed at Costa.
So you're currently employed by Dr. Baz, and you're currently employed at Costa.
Yeah.
What do you do at Costa?
Well, I operations for the Link Up program. So the program is designed for persons who come out of prison, giving them college credited courses.
Nice.
So things like entrepreneur mindset, communication, culture, and conflict. That was last year. This year, I revamped it different now, where I included a program me and Dr. Baz designed alongside Etienne Charles, the Jazz Musician, the Therapeutic Arts Workshop, and then I involved Rihanna one as part. So he was employed at Costa for 6 weeks recently here, teaching them therapeutic arts through music.
Oh, he's brilliant as well. He's such, I enjoyed that conversation so much. Yeah.
And then we introduced IT this year.
Yeah.
Because I believe that person need to be computer literate when they came out of prison. Because that the world today.
You understand firsthand.
Yeah, because I had those figures on my own.
Yeah.
And as you live the experience, I'm in the program, so I'm the one to say, well, do this, and we could do about it this way because they are the educators, but I have the experience.
Been there, done that.
So
you know they know how.
We had to collaborate together to create this program.
Yeah.
You know? And last year we had 30 persons, 19 graduated, and this year we start with 33 ongoing.
Very nice.
Right? So that's why I do at Costa.
You travel the world now.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the countries you've been to.
I've been to South Africa, which was my first time I ever been on a plane.
Yeah.
First time traveling.
Yeah. Were you alone when you did that trip? Yeah.
That flight was like close to 30 hours.
You did via London, or how did
London.
you go? London, yeah.
8 hours to London and 13 hours in the air.
Yeah.
By a 10-hour layover.
Yeah. Oh.
There were things I was doing, but it was not long for me at the time.
Yeah. Oh, because you know what.
I was absorbing. I didn't too long come out of prison.
Yeah.
You know? And when I went to South Africa, everybody was asking me how it feel like to be free. And I didn't have the answer at the time. Because when I was in prison, I was already getting opportunities and the privilege to go outside the prison. So then it hit me like, I never see outside in so long. I was always seen outside. You see, when I went to South Africa, I felt free. Like, the country is so spiritually inclined that you feel things. Like you feel the wind, you feel the earth you're walking on. Like, it's a surreal place. And being there, getting experience of visiting the Robbins Island where Nelson Mandela was captured and kept for, learning the history, and just watching how people live there. It opened my eyes to make me realize that we don't have it hard here, you know. I see real hardship out there, you know. I get the opportunity to visit the archives at Mandela.
Yeah.
In the
What was
museum.
that experience like?
That was well, only persons who is of status as get to go in the archives.
Exactly.
You know, so we saw treasures of Mandela, like notes he used to write his family, very emotional notes while he was inside. Gifts that he was gifted from football players like Pele of Brazil would have stood up during the time he was
Correct.
incarcerated, that they didn't play in the World Cup. So two favorite persons he had was Pele and Muhammad Ali. So like in his office, even now, you have a Muhammad Ali book that he used to read every day.
Do you still read a lot?
No,
You don't. Why?
work consuming.
Work consuming.
Yeah, work consuming. But
Do you intend to write again?
I have a book, I just need to publish.
Beautiful. I'd like to get a hold of the ones that you already.
Yeah,
I'd like
I
to.
just need to publish.
I'd love to read those poems.
So that what I
If
do
you-
at Costa. I've been to Brazil.
Yeah.
Where I was gifted a certificate as a global freedom scholar. I've been to Antigua. I worked with Ricardo Jumam. She have an organization she running with young kids. I've been to Jamaica. In Mona Yui. We have a program running there similar to what Costa do.
Of all the experiences you've had since you've been out, which one touched you the most?
When my mother could open the door and see me. Yeah. She still do that like every morning. She still open the door.
Who's your hero?
My hero? Myself. Yeah. I always look up to myself.
What do you enjoy most now that you're out here and you're making a difference? What do you think is the most important thing to you now?
Being able to provide for my mom, my family, and my niece and my care now. Yeah. Just being there. So even outside at home, the same persons that I work with at Costa, just being able to be there for them, whether it be a conversation, whether it be financially. I have some kids at YTRC, so I have 30 persons who are set to become their own certified barber, and I have 11 young ladies who teaching music with Rion Elmon, and I have another 10 boys learning music as well. You know, and just being present for them and showing them like, it could be like, I can have that conversation because I was there. I went have that conversation with a teenager who never been to prison. But I let them know, just look at me, and I'm like, you be better than me. You know? Because I never had it all.
Yeah.
You know, to watch now and feel like I've been putting in the work while I was inside. You know, and I could have just come out of prison and just focus on Nicholas Khan. I never do that. I just try to create opportunities. So like things I fight for is like job placements. People ask about why there's so much crime, I want to go and look for work. How? And I have a criminal record. And I own a company or a business place asking me for a certificate of character. I don't make a mistake in life, I'm trying to do something now. When they tell me what a certificate of character, well, they can't hire me. Even if I win my case. I was in the UNDP the other day, having a conversation and seeing them my phone ring. Because I need help, I need a job. You know, fire me. This young lady won her case. Somebody here, she was locked up a murder case, and they decided to fire her from the casino. She was never convicted and she won her case. So these are things I just advocate for. You talk about crime and crime and crime and why them not going to look for how? Nobody accepting. You know, and that's why we build these programs to still try to give them a little hope.
Yeah.
But this type of work is a collaborative effort. There's only so much we can do. This is everybody had to get on board if we really trying to create opportunity. But I guess it's not beneficial to some persons.
If you had to change one thing, what would you change?
About
you?
About me?
Yeah.
Nothing really, you know.
You think everything that transpired brought you to this place?
Yeah.
Brought you to where you're at?
I know for a fact who I was and who I is now is two completely different persons.
Where do you see yourself next 10 years?
Next 10 years? Just continue doing what I'm doing. Like for me, I don't put no limit to myself, and I just do what I'm doing. And
Do you set goals, Nicholas? Do you set goals?
I set goals?
Do you set goals?
Yeah, I set goals. I done have 2 businesses since I came out of prison. You know, I have a car rental business. I have a delivery business. You know, I'm still creating more.
And you're working on
So every year for me, since in prison, every year for me, since I started this transition, every year for me, I had to do something different. You know, some might work, some no work.
Yeah.
You know, I have plenty of business ideas. I make plenty of bad investments. But I never give up. I always trying to do more, and I try to give more too, because that's how it is. You receive more. You know, and I'm selfish with this thing out there because life short, and we can, when we die, we don't go with what we're trying to accomplish. I try to have a better life in the afterlife. You know, so like the big mansions. You know, so that's why I try to work on. I try to let my good outweigh the bad life.
So do you believe in karma?
Yeah, for sure. You know.
You believe in what you put in is what you get out.
Yeah, so I try to be polite at all times. You know, I try to be polite. I try to care about myself when I see me. I dress different now. You know, I respect myself. I respect everybody. I try to talk to the youth, guide them as best as I could. Try to like include them. So like recently, Incarceration Nation Network Ireland, we did a collaboration with the US Embassy where we have our own barbershop facility in Diggermartin for persons who come out of prison.
Nice.
To get the opportunity to learn a food trade. I extended to Silver School. 18 of them set to come there in January. I'm doing a collaborative work with Mr. Derek Shabadi from the Police Club.
Mr. Shabadi is in terms of that club in St. James, he's phenomenal. He's himself has been able
a walking
institution.
I was there.
You were at the club
when I was young.
You see?
You know,
yeah.
I was there. Put me there, the school put me there.
Been there, done that.
I was there.
And it's nice how
so
he's
it's
back
coming
in
out 360
yeah.
moment.
Yeah. We are experiencing now in our schools, in the system, and I'm sure you see it and you have your opinion of it. But I see our children, young children, when they fight, they don't just fight. There's a lot of rage, there's a lot of animosity, there's a lot of anger in the way that they fight. These are young adults, young children that will be adults in the future. They're going to be parents, understand, they're going to be in the work environment. But there's a rage and anger in them. Perhaps you, because of your experiences, could relate to that.
Yeah.
What do you think is the solution? I want you to look into that camera there.
The solution? My answer may not be the answer that people might want to hear.
But your opinion matters.
You know, like I've been to these schools. I've been touring the schools last year
Yeah.
with the previous government.
Yeah.
40 under 40.
Okay.
That's one of, I was a past member there.
Okay.
I've been engaging in schools.
Yeah.
And all them youth want is an opportunity. All them want is to be heard and to be accepted and to be given real responsibilities. You know, they have a big distraction, and we need to modernize the way we think. They have a phone, they have the world in the palm of their hands. So we need to modernize and stop coming with, well, I should do this, and these youths want real opportunities. You know, and given this, a level of respect. You know, and they just want to be heard and accepted. I have a lot of conversations, a lot of them on my phone. Mr. Khan had a day in school. One of them wanted to commit suicide and he spoke. So I have a lot of engagement with a lot of youths because they can relate to why being through being in school and not feeling accepted or need our brands in school. When I speak these things, they hear because they know, they experience it at that time. You know? So
I think you're absolutely correct.
you know,
I think we need to change the way we think.
we need to like
and
modernize
change
the way.
formula.
We need to change the formula because
You said some very deep things, and that is, they need to be heard.
they need to be heard.
I also realize in my conversation with you, you were very, very fortunate to have been influenced by positive people.
Yeah.
You also, despite the negativity that you gave, the resistance, the hard body, the bad man you were showing, there was a softer side in you that was just waiting to be recognized, waiting to be loved. A potential, a gift inside of you that was waiting to take birth, and you were that man. I think everybody that came into at the time, they came for a reason and purpose.
And the same thing the youths want.
Exactly. So when you talk to us about you were given that acceptance, when that magistrate, rather than hit you hard, came and said, I'm proud of the work, she did a positive rather than a negative.
Yeah.
So perhaps we could learn from you and your experiences, even as parents. Sometimes we are hard on our children.
Yeah.
But perhaps if we change the way we do things a little bit by perhaps listening, talking, having a conversation, allowing them to express themselves, explaining our situations and why we behave. Exactly. And allowing children to say, rather than you keep it and you hold it inside, Mommy was unfair because she stayed with that man. But perhaps if a mother could tell a child and they could have a communication, years of hurt and pain could be saved. Anger could be broken by simply perhaps hugging your children and say, I love you. I care about you.
I know I had that same experience home. Like when sometimes I drop my nephews out to school and my niece. And sometimes my mother might ask me to drop her. And then she'll go in the car. And then coming out of the car like, hey, should we tell them what I love she and hug she? No. So I can hug. So, and I had to talk to her too, like, I don't know about that, like, respect kind of like faded too.
But it's important to feel loved, to feel cared for, to feel that somebody's making a sacrifice for me.
I believe the things the parents not pouring out is whatever we receive. You know? The energy the pouring out is the energy that we
You're
receive.
absolutely correct.
So at home too, like I see my sister, like, and comfortable with her. So, what do and then when we die child, and the way I didn't know, and like I tell anybody, everything was taken away from me. I learned to appreciate freedom.
You learn to appreciate food. Just saying,
simple
good
as
food.
walking the road.
Yeah.
I used to
Freedom.
I used to be in prison and watching through the event and wish I could be signed in the shop. You know, I would like to be signed out in the shop.
You want to be free.
I used to pass in the truck and see a vegan line on the way and say, man, I wish I could be there. So I learned to appreciate freedom. I learned to appreciate holding a remote. I learned to appreciate opening the fridge and feeling that coolness come out. Like it's a simple thing I learned to appreciate and still apply and try to still have it in my mind.
You could walk into a grocery and buy your groceries.
You know?
You could go to a restaurant and buy some food.
But we doesn't appreciate it and we lose it.
Yeah.
And nobody should ever have to lose their freedom to appreciate life. We can appreciate life and we can accept. We stop trying to compete with one another and stop trying to put on this person and just accept your life for what it is and try to make the best out of it.
Before we wrap things up, you did say in this conversation there were times and moments that I felt emotional when you shared some experiences, but you never cried. Do you ever cry?
I cried last year and it was strange because when I came home I had a dog. My mom had a dog. So the dog started sleeping in my room every night. He sleep on the bed. Like as at home, we wait for me to open the door and my brother's born and he died last year. And the way I cried and somebody explained it to me, saying let's cry for that dog. Something triggered all the years that I probably wanted to. Yeah, that dog was the reason why. But not just the dog I cried for. That I love very love. And the dog was just soft there. See, I rather cry. I rather cry. Take long drives from leaving and driving down south, just driving, listening to music, thinking about my dog, tears running down my eyes. Like, things never happened to me. I was like, oh, I'm crying. So I'm going by the beach, sitting down and just crying.
Detachment? Was it detachment of the fact that you were so, you love this dog, you look forward to this dog, you build a relationship.
Yeah, and I
you know, they say dog is man's best friend.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time with him. Yeah. I only get 3 years out of him, or 2 years or something. Yeah. My mom had him for like 13 years.
Yeah.
Yes, he is old, dog years. I only get 2 years out of him. And he was the reason why my mother was comfortable. When I was away, she had a little.
He gave her comfort.
Yeah.
How is your relationship with your mother now?
My mom is like my best friend. I mean, over the years we put things beside us. She is the pillar of my life.
I'm sure she's proud of
everything
you.
I do, we talk. Talk. Everything I do, every move I make.
You confide in her.
Every business transaction I want to do, I talk to my mom. I go back to parents and try to just talk to them. You know. I don't ever feel like, so like the documentary, I tell every week, I walk in and my brother doing his partner. And he was saying, he does watch me how I just hug my mother and kiss my mother. But he just does know how to do that. You know. And I didn't know that about him. Because he's so hard, he's real hard. And he's younger than me. He don't show no emotions. But me doing them simple things. Like I don't leave my house without kissing my mother and hugging my mother. Like I know what it's like to be without my mother. You know? And like I start any one of my sons. All I do I appreciate she know. When she gone. Like how I feel like she did go on when I was locked up. Or anyone or all there was going on and locked up. I wait till it's too late.
Well, she fought the battle with you, eh?
Yeah. So like she's always like, the fear was you alone was inside. I was moving out here. So she's
Just leave the other children and spend Christmas Day hours just waiting to see you.
for
That's
5 minutes.
sacrifice. That's sacrifice.
For 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That
All
was
of
the
Christmas
last 5
Day.
minutes.
Think about it. That's she cried in her soul.
Yeah.
You would probably not know the
Nah,
nights, the
she was talking about
sleepless
that. She
nights.
said,
Her soul yearned. And so it's important that you recognize and understand that as well, and you appreciate that. And I trust and hope that those out there that are watching this program would learn, would see the value of you spending time and sharing your story, because it's not an easy story and it's not a nice one, but it's a good one with a great ending. And I'm sure there are wonderful things that are going to continue to happen. I think you're destined to do great things. So you're working on the documentary. We're all looking forward to that, because sharing that is really being understanding, you know, and again, it's sharing your life. It may not be a pretty thing to face, but it's reality that people could relate who are on the wrong path. I mean, you transforming lives and working with the youth and empowering them. I see and hear your passion when you talk about making sure that we have jobs for them, that we love them, that we talk to them. It's because you've been there, done that. I say to people, experience is the greatest teacher.
Myself out of the equation in terms of if I didn't know the persons, I don't know. I don't know. I've been in the position, I know. So I don't ever take myself out of the equation. I always try to use me as if I didn't know these people, and I would go back to crime. Like my hardest times was like, and that's what the law. And I know came out of prison. Not even 2 weeks passed, I had police all over me, gun in my face, picked that teeth, and I didn't do nothing. I just in a taxi.
Do you live in Fair?
Yeah.
Do you still, when you hear a siren or you hear police, is there something that tingles inside?
Yeah, it's trigger one.
It's a fear.
Yeah, so like my first month, 2 months, I was pulled over while the police fighting, and they knew me. But they were looking at my reaction, I was like, yeah, no reaction. But when I see police and sirens, it's trigger, that would really go out. If I'm outside, because I have something to do.
It's because you're working?
I need to be present.
You're working or you're home?
I gotta be home.
Yeah.
Because
What do you do on your spare time?
for me, I just try to play a video game. I try to like do things I always wanted to do. So that's like things I do on my spare time. But mainly I just be thinking about my next move, what I do with.
Do you ever think your childhood was robbed? You were robbed of a childhood?
I know it was robbed. I robbed myself.
That's the answer. And that is honesty. You robbed yourself.
Yeah, I robbed myself.
Nobody did it to you.
Like I choose this path.
Choice.
Like even when I go into schools and I talk to the youths, I just let them know I robbed my mother the opportunity to see me even graduate. You know?
Deep lessons, you know. Deep, serious lessons.
And as I teach them, like, if they know it's an investment, and all of them know it's an investment. That's an investment. If you taking your money to buy your shoes for a child, the uniform, books, bag, that's an investment.
Correct.
And all they want from you is to be able.
Correct.
Like,
You're absolutely correct.
They were like, so
that's all that we want as parents.
They say we never watch it that way. And I said, who like to make a poor investment? I said, that come like a poor investment.
Of course, you're
All the
absolutely
playing the pool in
correct.
school.
You hit it. That is the point exactly.
Yeah.
As parents, all we want is what is best for our children.
Yeah.
I trust and hope we can have more of you and
For
more
sure.
conversations. And I wish you all the very best in all of your endeavors, because I know your heart and soul is like transforming and helping the youth
Yeah,
today.
for sure.
And if we fix our youth, we'll have a better tomorrow. We'll have a better future. They are leaders. They're going to be parents. They're going to be in work environment. They're going to have to, it's important. So I want to thank you. I'm full of gratitude.
I thank you
for
too
your time.
for being on the platform.
And I look forward to other conversations. So together, we can help those in need.
For sure.
We can help fill that void. We can get them on the right track. But we need people like you to step up and say, I give my life back. And that's what you're doing. And God bless you.
Thank you.
All the very best. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today. A very special edition of Conversations with Zelisa as we continue to transform lives, as we continue to inform, educate, empower. Let me tell you, you have the power within yourself. The choices you make today will determine your tomorrows. I've always said that to you. I always say to you, be good, law-abiding citizens. Do what is right at all times. And here's reminding you, my dear friends, that with God and only God, all things are possible. Keep smiling, be positive, and always know the best is yet to come. I am Zelisa November. Thank you so much for choosing us. Be safe, be happy. See you soon.